Okay. Okay. Say not bad. Okay. So what you have discussed previously, can you please give me a concept of it? What you have discussed? What you have discussed previously, guys? First, can you give concept about me what you have discussed previously? If anyone know. Yes. So I need to continue the class, right? So give me some idea about what you have discussed previously. I think we are around exception handling or what? Exceptions. Okay, we'll be continuing it, right? Okay, thank you. So we have discussed about the hierarchy. So just all those okay, checked exceptions in runtime, unchecked exceptions, right? Yeah. Let's see the differences between checked exceptions and unchecked exceptions. Okay. Just same checked exceptions. So occur at the compile time. Okay. Checked exceptions occur at the compile time. Okay. So whenever our code is getting converted or compiled, okay, then the then what whatever the exception happens, then the checked exceptions got done. Okay, then the checked exceptions are occurred. Okay. Okay, so these can be handled at the compilation time. Okay, these can be handled at the compilation time. Okay, whenever we are compiling, we can handle them easily. Okay. And so here the JVM with this Java virtual machine or will catch these errors. Okay, catch these errors or exceptions. Okay. Okay, and then when it comes to unchecked exceptions, occur at the runtime. Okay, these unchecked exceptions occur at runtime. So these errors or exceptions cannot be caught during the compilation time. Okay. Okay, during the compilation time, they only caught whenever compilation is completed. Means in the runtime. Okay. These errors are like just say if you perform the division. See, if you perform a division with 0, you cannot check it whether in the compilation time. Okay, so it can be caught during the runtime. And um, so JVM also don't does not catches these exceptions. Okay, doesn't catch these exceptions. Okay, so one specific example for these checked exceptions is example could be file not found exception. Okay, file not found exception. Okay, file not found exception. Okay, and for these unchecked exceptions, there is no specific way to mention it. They can be found during the runtime, right? So it can be any type of an error. It can be any type of an error. Okay, so to handle these exceptions, to hand to, to handle these exceptions, let's just see an exceptions example. Okay, for our reference. Okay, let's just see an example for our exception. Yeah. Say, okay, right. Sweet. One, C dot AC dot CMRET dot exception. Okay, let's just start class new say except say like this, and see here if I do some operations such as if I say uh, mm, k equal to 0 and int this is equals to 10. Okay, if I say int y equals to z divided by k, okay, let us is out y, save this one and say run as Java application. See here, this is called an exception. Okay, so this is called the basic exception. What is it? Which type of exception? This is arithmetic exception. Okay, this is arithmetic exception. So how can we handle these exceptions? So we need to handle these exceptions. Okay, for not throwing errors in our file, we need to handle these exceptions. So how can we handle them? To handle these exceptions, we have different ways. Okay, so Java provides us 5 keywords for handling these exceptions. Okay, for handling these exceptions, the first one is try. Second one is catch. Okay, the third one is throw. The fourth one is finally. And the fifth one is throws. Okay, these are the 5 keywords which Java provides for us. You see, what does try do is, so the try block is used to specify a block of code. Okay, which need to be no, it need to be, which might have some exceptions. Okay, might have some exceptions or not, may have or may not. Okay, so it might have some exceptions. Okay, there is a chance of getting exceptions in this, or it may not. Okay, so this block should be followed by a catch block or a finally block. Okay, it should be followed by a catch block or finally block. Okay, so that if it throws any exception in the try block, it can be handled by the catch block. Okay, okay, so next one is catch block. So this catch block is used to handle the exceptions which are thrown by the try block. Okay, which are thrown by the try block. Okay, it should be used before finally block. Okay, it should be used before finally block or after try block. Okay, okay. And the next thing is throw keyword. Okay, so this keyword is used to throw some specific exceptions. Okay, okay, some specific exception. Okay, like which throws arithmetic exception like that. Okay, and the next keyword is throws. So this keyword is used for declaring exceptions. Okay, this keyword is used for declaring exceptions. Okay, this keyword is used for declaring exceptions. So I think we have seen the try catch block. Okay, I think we have seen the try catch block. I thought I said I will be coming with you. I will be coming to you with examples, right? See here. Now, if I say this one inside, I will keep this one. It is throwing some exception, right? I will keep this one in a try block. Okay, I'll keep this one in a try block, and then catch block should be applied with a parameter called exception. Okay, so we can say what type of exception it is. What type of exception it has thrown us? Previously, it has thrown arithmetic exception. If I run it. Previously, it has thrown our arithmetic exception, right? So I'll say arithmetic exception E should be sys out E, and this should be okay, arithmetic exception, and save this. And if I run this one, see, I just got my exception shown. Okay, I just got my exception shown here. It is just showing that it is an arithmetic exception because I tried to print that exception. Okay, I tried to print that exception. If I say um so it is divided by 0, or cannot divide by 0. If I say, it will show me the same thing. What is it showing? It is showing me that it cannot be divided by 0. Okay, like this we'll handle our exceptions. Okay, using our try catch block. So if I haven't used this block, see, let's just comment this one and see what happened. It should be saying that finally block or catch block, which we say it is a compilation time error. Okay, compilation time error. Okay, so we should definitely use it with some try batch or catch block or finally block. Okay, catch block or finally block. Okay, so in Java we can give multiple catch blocks. Okay, or we can give multiple catch blocks or we can give multiple try blocks. How? Just see here I have given some arithmetic exception, and I can also say catch exception exception E and say this is O E. Okay, and if I run this one, it will run. Okay, these are multiple catch blocks. Okay, this is called multiple catch blocks, where here our exception got caught, right? So it just skipped the second catch block. Okay, if I say like okay, can give another exception for say, so this could be connect 0 by 10, which means 0, right? Yeah, so if I say this one instead of automatic exception, I say SQL exception. SQL SQL. No, say the thing SQL exception. Yeah. So it is a throws exception, and then we can say it as file not found exception. So file not found java.io, and this it should be thrown, right? Okay. So here if it throws, it will catch box, right? Automatic exceptions, leave it. Okay. So here we can give multiple catch blocks. Okay, we can give multiple catch blocks. It will accept it. It doesn't throw any kind of errors. And also we can try multiple try blocks. Okay, we can also try multiple try blocks. See here, if I say another try here, not like this. Okay, it should be not done like this. Okay, we can just say nested tries here inside our block. Just say try. A should be, we'll take an array of it and say 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, and I'll try to print this O. I'll print saying it as just a minute, array of 6. Let's say catch array index out of bound exception. It is E. Okay. Of bound exception. Creating a class in the sense yes, yeah. Array out of bound exception, and I say this is O of E. Okay. So it is what we can do like this. I'll just comment this one, save it, run it. Okay, you can see here array out of bound exception, index 6 out of bound of length 4. Okay, like this we can do nested try catch blocks. Okay, nested try catch blocks. So one more thing is, if you do anything like this, I have done before, like if anything you do like this which throws an exception before the internal try block, it just checks for it and skips the internal try block. Okay, okay, just remember this one. Whenever you do some exceptions to the outer whenever you do some coding in the outer try block and an exception occurs in the external try block, it is the internal try block is skipped. It cannot, it can never be read by the compiler. Okay, it will never be read by the compiler. Okay, just remember this thing as a tip. Okay, and the thing is, next one is finally. The next thing is finally. So it is, it is executed either if the if block is executed or not, or if the catch block is executed. Okay, it prints always. See, it prints always. If there is an exception, it prints. If there is no exception, it prints. If I say here, just print, remove this one, and I'll try to print it. See, it will just get printed 0, and it goes to the internal try block. There is an exception, and finally, or finally block is executed. Okay. So, just right. Save control level. See here, our try block got executed, but and our finally block also got executed. Okay. So in Java you will be getting confused to finally and final. Okay, are they two different or same? Just tell me, are the final keyword and finally keyword different or same? Or final and finally are different or same? Just tell me the answers if you have any idea. Same. Final and finally both are same. So here where you do the mistakes, guys. Here is where you do the mistakes. Finally and final are not same. Okay. See here, final is a keyword which helps us to not to change the values of a variable, and finally is a block of code. Okay. Finally is a block of code, and finally is a keyword. Like if I say final final int g, so it makes the g immutable. Okay, it makes g immutable. We cannot change the values of g. Okay, and finally is a block of code. Just remember this thing. Okay, just remember this thing. Final and finally both are not same. Okay, so now we'll be seeing through keyboard. Okay, so let's keep it TROW. Let's just keep it as like this. So not showing our exceptions. Just say consider um just say um we have created a method for this thing. Say we will be creating a method for this thing, which is called what? Okay, called what? Called what? And I'll be passing some values here, which is age. Okay, and I will say like if age is less than 18, I want to throw some error. Okay, I want to throw some error. What is that error? I will say just throw new exception. Okay, throw new exception like this. Okay, and this throw new exception should be kept in try catch block. Okay, this throw new exception should be kept in try catch block. So it is throwing an exception, right, and it should be caught. It is throwing an exception, right, so it should be caught. What could be the exception? We can say exception E. We could say that exception will be this out. You are not eligible. Okay, and then we write a else word. Else say we'll say this O. You can out. Okay, we say this out. We can out. If you see here, if I call this method by saying uh, votes and say 20 here, so static and 20 here, and if I run this one, see it gave me you can odd thing. If I say here 11, what happens? It just thrown me an error. Okay, which shows you are not eligible. It shows you are not eligible. Okay, this is how we can create our use our new exceptions. Okay, we can use our throw keyword. Okay, this is how we can use our throw keyword. Just see new class. Let's see throw keyword. So throw keyword is used to when we can't handle the exception, rather it wants to extend like responsibilities of the exception. Okay, just say like if we are not willing to handle that exception. Okay, we are not willing to handle that exception. Okay, we only want our function to be handling that exception, like we don't want to catch that exception manually. Okay, what we will do, we'll make our function throwable, and we'll say that our exception should be handled by our function. Okay, basically what it says is sorts the exception and can throw the exception to the caller. Okay, and handle it. Okay, throw sorts the exception whether it is there or not, and it throws that exception. Okay, so most of the times it is used for checked exceptions. Okay, it is used for checked exceptions. Okay, so if I say here take an if I say oh, and if I run this one, see it throws an error for me directly. Okay, and it can be handled here. It is just throwing our array index out of one exception. Okay, yes, it can be handled here by saying try catch. We say an exception E and just say this is OE. Okay, see, just see that we haven't given any particular exception here, but it caught the exception. Okay, just caught the exception. Okay, this is how our throws keyword works. Okay, we can give multiple throw word. Okay, we can give multiple throws like ARTHIMETICXCEPTION. Okay, like this we can throw multiple exceptions at a time using throws keyword. Okay, so we can also create our custom exceptions. Okay, we can also create our custom exceptions in Java. So let's see, let's make a class for it. We say exception and say just a second, guys. I'll say here that there is a function for me which is public valid mm, let's say invalid day or invalid number. Okay, and I'll give a int h. Let's say here this thing return void checking code. Okay, here we can make it as custom exception. Should be a constructor custom exception, and we say here super of h. Okay, okay, and then if we say let's say public test exception is run here public, and it should be named as okay or type. Any point is yes, yes, I know it. So your name, I say class, right? And then is simply say this name. Let's say this name. Index is tier 1 custom exception. Okay. So we will also say test exception. Okay. Right. Spotted. And if I say I can simply make method of my void exception void age. Okay. Giving age. Int age if a which throws a test exception. Okay, like this. So like this I can create my invalid type of variable age. So variable type. Just validate it showing that no. Okay. Instead of main method we cannot write this. You can call them out. So if I say here if a less than less than 18. Okay, so I'll say so new exception. What is our exception name? Test exception, right? And it takes a string which says not eligible, like this, and we can then directly go for else which says is o eligible. Okay, if I run this one and if I'm running this one, okay, see this here. If I say main, I should try to insert this main, and I say validate of integer should be 12. Okay, if I say like this, so here we can see our custom exceptions. See, thrown some exception here. This is my custom exception, which is not eligible, like this. Okay, we can create our custom exceptions. Okay, we can create our custom exceptions like this. Okay, so these custom exceptions could be like of class throwable also. Just say we can say it like this. This is one type of exception which extends throwable class. Okay, and also we have something called public class invalid salary extends say runtime exception. Okay, yeah, sorry guys, there is a problem with the internet. Okay, so in this way we can create each and every custom exceptions. Okay, okay, is it clear for you? Just tell me that. Is it internet connection is unstable? So is it clear for you? Is it clear for you with the exceptions? So the next thing is wrapper classes. Okay, so wrapper classes in the sense a wrapper class is a small class in Java where our primitive data types, right? Those primitive data types are stored, okay, which makes we'll be mentioning our data types, primitive data types for wrapper classes directly, okay. Just say we in the sense we say it as wrapping or containing, okay. We can create an object to a wrapper class, okay. We can create an object with an wrapper class. It contains a field, okay, of our wrapper classes, okay. So why, sir, why we need to use our wrapper classes? So let me just give you a definition for the wrapper class first. A wrapper class is a class in Java whose object where this is the definition of our wrapper classes. So why we need wrapper classes? Okay, because we can create our data types into our objects. So okay, so they converts our primitive data types into objects, okay, so that we can modify our types, okay. So that we can modify our types by passing the values. Like if I say, if I take a just say if I take a floating value, and I say this uh, floating value should be 5.0, and I mention this one as a, we'll mention it as integer. Like this, it can be converted, okay. Floating point is converted to an integer, okay. So where these used are, these are mostly used in application developments, okay. These are mostly used in applications developments, such as, like consider the we are creating an application where we store our users data. Like say we are storing those salaries, okay. We are storing those salaries, so we don't want our salaries to be too long, or we don't want our salaries to be having decimal points, okay. So that we mention that we mention in input data that the object which is coming to the, or the value which is coming to the object should always be an integer. Okay, if it comes or not, if it comes, it can be converted to integer using wrapper classes. Okay, it can be converted using wrapper classes. So the main use of this is synchronization of data. Okay, it helps us in synchronizing the data into each type. Okay, into their particular types. Okay, so what are the advantages of wrapper classes? So it allows an object data can be called using multiple methods like compare to, equals, toString. These are multiple methods which perform the same operation, but they can be different using wrapper classes. One can be a string, one can be a boolean, and one can be a integer value. Like check whether, see, there are two methods in string class, which is equals, and another one is compare to. Okay, one is equals and another one is compare to. So see here, if you check this one is wrapped as a boolean. Okay, it returns us true or false. Okay, and this one is wrapped as a string. Okay, it returns us the string. Okay, it returns us the string. Okay, so this is the main advantage of wrapper classes. Two methods of perform the same operation, but the return value is changed. Okay, the return value is changed. Okay, so how can we create wrapper classes, sir? So let me show you an example of a small wrapper class. So just say which one. We'll be seeing the examples tomorrow, guys. Okay. So let's see the concept first of our wrapper classes. So in our wrapper classes, there is a thing called uh, boxing and unboxing, guys. Okay, there is a thing called. Let me just finish the concept today. Okay, in our wrapper classes, there is a thing called uh, boxing and unboxing. Okay, there is a thing called boxing and unboxing. So what is boxing? So whenever a primitive data type, so this is called boxing. Okay, like saying, we can say teacher of 20, like this. Okay, so which means we created an object of our integer primitive data type, right, using wrapper classes. Okay, we created an object of our integer data type using wrapper class called integer. We used integer wrapper class to store an integer in our. So see, do you got any idea how it is get looked? Do you got any idea that how it is looked? See, do you remember the strings? Do you remember the strings? String class, guys. String variable and string class, right? So this is how it also works. Okay, this is how it also works. Okay, and then unboxing means we can convert an wrapper class. This is what we created an object of our wrapper class using our integer. Unboxing means we are creating an integer primitive data type using our wrapper classes. How we can create all objects? Okay, just say here if I say it as a and right, and if the unboxing means you and like this. Say this to be int k is equals to n dot int value, like this. Like this we can convert our wrapper classes into primitive variables also. Okay, this is called unboxing. So after Java 15, after JDK 15, they have introduced us auto unboxing and auto unboxing. Okay, they have introduced us with auto boxing and auto unboxing. Okay, say here we can say for auto unboxing we can say directly. The thing is just say integer n is equals to 20. This can become the this will become the object of our wrapper class. Okay, and for auto unboxing we can say int k equals to n, like this, and this is auto unboxing. Okay, okay, this is how our wrapper classes work, guys. Okay, this is how our wrapper classes work. Okay, so I will be ending the concept session for wrapper classes. Okay, we'll be seeing those examples tomorrow. Let me end the meeting for the day. Okay, thank you, guys. You can leave